Today I just wanted to do a short metal detecting video. This is the first time I've been metal detecting since I've been back. And you know, I've hunted this yard a million times, but I thought I'd just go over it again. I got the AT Max today with a little tiny loop. And I can see a lot of like pieces of brick and pottery and stuff popping out of the ground where there's no grass. So I'm thinking there's more stuff here than I've gotten before. So we're going to take a quick look around, spend an hour or two. If we're finding stuff, we might be here all day. These are a few things that I picked up. I got a little piece of ceramic there, some modern bottle glass, I think. I'm not even sure what this thing is. It's really, really heavy though. Looks almost like slate, but I guarantee it's not slate. It might even be metal. But I just picked them up here. You might see a couple other pieces of different things washed out. So I thought we'd just give it a quick shot. I'm going to use a little hockey puck loop today with a brand new AT Max. And I'm not going to use the headphones because I want you guys to be able to hear what I'm hearing. Joy, joy. All right, well, let me set the camera down and get the gear in order. So go ahead and show you how I'm going to set this up before we go. I'm going to put it in 0. I'm going to crank the discrimination way, 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 way up because I know there's a lot of iron in here. Well, let's just put it on 30. Sensitivity, I'm going to crank just a little bit. 0 mode, I have to ground balance it. Don't forget to do that. And of course, you do that just by holding this button right here, going up and down like that. When it's flat on the ground, now it might not ground balance here because it's probably a lot of junk. So I'll have to find a spot. So I'm going to go ahead and set the camera down and start looking right here, and I'll let you watch me. Oh, it's fun having an audience. I'm just going to start right here. 24 discrimination. Let's see what we can find. Hear all those like weird clicks, that's iron. I'll go ahead and drop that discrimination down for you, down to 0, so you can hear the iron in here and why I have bumped up the discrimination a little bit. It's on 0 now. I ground balanced it already, but that's all iron. Well, it's not too bad actually. Let's just leave it like this. Low grunts, we're not going to mess with. I think there's going to be some good old stuff in here, but a lot of modern stuff too. I found a lot of wheat pennies in this yard over the years. Enough that I quit digging them. I like the older stuff, like from 1700s and maybe earlier 1800s. Good signal there, 76. Let's go ahead and dig it up. See what we got. Ooh, still on the ground. Not yet. Put the pinpointer on it. Almost to a pretty good size. Might be a, I see it. I'll show you what it is. It's a heavy brass thing. I don't really know what it is. It looks like it's got a curl knob right here where you turn it though. And it's threaded. Imagine it's part of an old cart or tractor or something, maybe a radiator. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to go ahead and change techniques on the camera and bring you with me so you can see it come out of the ground from now on. Like that. Oh, a decent little signal right there. About 58 on the meter. So let's go ahead and dig that up together. I think it's right about underneath that little leaf. I think it's right about there. Probably should recheck it, but I'm having a terrible time with my cameras today. I'm kind of out of practice with getting it all to work. Try to pinpoint it here. There it is, I think. All right, what is it? What is it? That's more aluminum. That's not a good sign. All right, we might start skipping those 50s and shoot for the higher signals like 60 and above. So I had a decent little signal here, I thought at least. It was a squeaker, but I got this bottle cap, which I suspect I might have heard, but then I thought I actually saw more bottle caps coming out of there. Is there one right there? Yeah, there's another bottle cap. That's kind of weird. It's another bottle cap. Jeez. All in that one little hole. Very strange. Let's listen to it now, see what it sounds like. There's a lot of stuff in there. Some of that might be under the ground, but I had what I thought was a good squeak though. It might have just been those bottle caps. So what I'm going to do is pick them up before I lose them all again. 1, 2, and where'd the third one go? If I only had something to find them with. Jeez, there's too much stuff in here. All right, there we go. All right, 3 bottle caps. Let's go ahead and, yeah, that's probably all I heard. We'll get that filled back in. So I went ahead and moved back up the hill a little bit. And I got a good target right there. Not reading real high on the meter, but I think it's worth checking for sure. All right, let's see if we have it. Here's some old pottery right here. That's old redware. That could date to the early 1800s or even earlier than that. We'll use a pinpointer, I guess. Ooh. Yeah, I think it's in here probably. Probably. See it? Here it is. What is it? All right, let's take a quick look at this. It feels very light. It is aluminum of some sort. You know, this could be 50 or, well, I guess it could be 100 years old now, but probably not. A little tiny piece of aluminum. All right, we'll cover this up and keep moving. That's where I found the aluminum right there, and I already had a nice signal here. You see, it's much higher on the meter. It's reading up in that 60-70 range, so it's I think it's a good chance this could be like a wheat penny. If I had to guess. Could be wrong too, but I suspect I'm right. There it is. Guess we'll find out together. It's not a wheat penny. It is. Well, that's pretty cool. What do you think that is? Feels like a lead. It's either lead or pewter. Patrol train. It's either lead or pewter. Might be a lid to something, or looks like it had something went through the middle. Something through there as well. Almost like a bale seal of some sort. I'm not positive. We'll have to take a closer look at this one. Get it cleaned up a little first. So I'm still digging a lot of junk, so what I did is I went ahead and dug 3 targets, got it out of the hole. I haven't looked at them yet. I thought we'd go ahead and do that together, and I might continue to do it this way for a while because I'm just digging a lot of junk. Well, you can see it right there. It's a nail. That is an aluminum nail for the siding, aluminum siding on the house. I'll fill that back in a second. This one had a, yeah, I can see it right there, whatever it is. That doesn't look too good either, does it? Yeah, that's some type of aluminum strap thingy. It says B. B for bow. BE. BL. I don't know. Alright, that's a piece of junk as well. And a third hole. Right here. I think it sounded like it was down on this edge right here. And we don't see it. Ah, there it is, right there. Scrap of aluminum siding. This is actually a piece of the siding that they trim when they're putting the siding on the house. There's a lot of this stuff in the yard. Anytime you see a house like this with aluminum siding on it, you're going to find a lot of these little scraps. Well, what I'm going to do is go ahead and get about 3 targets, and then I'll dig them, and I'll bring you guys over here to see what they are. Start right here. Sounds pretty good. Put that one out. Not sounding as good anymore, but we're going to go ahead and dig it. There we go. Alright, that's iron. 3 targets. hear all the iron in there, flipping and blapping. There's something there. All right. Piece of iron on the shovel. Take a look at that. I think that's an old hinge of some sort. Probably what I was hearing. One more. Let's save this one for a really good signal. That's a good one. Out of the hole. Yep. All right. Come on over. This was my first signal that kind of turned into iron after I dug it. Big piece of iron right there. I mean, it's possible there could be something small and better inside with that iron, and we'll definitely check. But so far, I see it right here. See, it's a little bit of rust showing. So that's what we were hearing. Wow, that's a big solid chunk of iron right there. No idea what that would be too. Don't know. We'll bag it. Check to make sure that's all we heard. Yep, that was it. Now I'll fill this hole back in like I said. First time it rains, this yard will look pristine again. There we go. Now if this was a dry summer, I'd have to be really, really careful because that grass would die right there and leave a dead plug. But since it's so very wet, we won't have any problems with that. Just kind of stomp it down. This one we saw was a piece of iron. That's a latch, some type of little latch. Doesn't look too old. I don't know though. That end looks a little, not sure about that one. Make sure that's all that was in the hole. Of course, it's going to hear everything. That was it. So we'll close this one up. There you go. And this one was a decent signal. And I think it's in the dirt right here somewhere. Kind of reminded me of like a penny maybe. Nope, it's not a penny. Look right here, you can see the outline of it. Looks like maybe another piece of aluminum. Yep, big chunk of like a pie plate. All right. It sounds like it could be silver. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Again, it shouldn't be very deep because of those big rocks right there. Right here. Oh, what is it? Look! It's not a silver coin. It's a big old nut. Sounded pretty good though. All right, we'll bag that one. We'll check the hole, make sure. I heard that loop going through the grass. It kind of scared me. I thought somebody was coming up behind me. All right, so that's not a bad signal. Not the best signal, but not bad. Pretty rocky. That one took a little bit out of me. All right, so it's in the grass. Pretty shallow, reading 69.70. Could be a coin, but it isn't. It's a piece of copper wire. Probably not much age to it. Looks like it might have been a little latch of some sort, that maybe homemade latch. All right, let's cover this back in and keep looking. I've gone over this yard many times in the past, and I've actually, you know, taken out a lot of this kind of stuff, and I get tired of digging it. That's why I haven't dug it all yet. So I've been searching around for a while. I haven't really come up with much, just a lot of junk really. So I have 2 targets out of the ground right now that I have not looked at. I thought we'd look at together. And we might scoot around maybe behind the house or try to look someplace a little bit different, because I'm just finding like pull tabs and pieces of iron. Now I've hunted this quite a bit over 30 years, so a lot of the better signals I've already taken out. But these 2 signals here could be something. There's one that was in the mulch. It was actually, I had moved it out slightly, I think. At least I hope. Guess I should go get the metal detector, shouldn't I? Just right here. Pretty sure I already dug it up, so maybe not. I might not have actually dug it up yet. Let's pull this back. Ah, there it is. That is a giant piece of lead. Boy. I'm not sure. It looks almost like it could be part of an artillery shell. A sabot or sabot from an artillery shell, but could be mistaken on that. We'll have to take a closer look at it. It might also be like lead solder. Now I have found artillery shells on the farm here, so, and pieces of lead sabot like this as well. So that's possible. I'll fill that in right after we find this target, which is still in the clump. Man, I'm just really surprised how few good targets are in here. Yeah, it's pretty big. Back here, you. That little swivel thing I have is metal, so it makes it go off. Ah, it's a key. I think it's a key. Yeah, sure enough. Hopefully not one that I lost. That's pretty old. Looks like it goes to like a jewelry box or something almost, doesn't it? It's pretty fragile. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and look around back a little bit. Might go outside the fence. Unfortunately, everything's growing up, so you know, the grass is really tall, so I can't really go very far. But if I find something good, I'll pop back on, and if I don't, I'll just show you what we found so far. Actually, this area right here, I've never really looked around too much, because if you look right behind me there supposedly was an old garage here, like where people used to park cars many years ago. Like probably back in the 30s and 40s, so I've always kind of avoided it because there's a lot of iron. But I'm thinking we'll give her one more shot and try around the lucky mushrooms and up on these rocks right here, because everything, even the old stuff, will be very shallow in here. We'll just dig the best of the signals. Let's go ahead and see what it sounds like. Zero discrimination. The squeaker right there. Not high enough for me. I want to get a coin. Get a big old silver dollar. Then we'll dig some of these smaller signals. But see, anytime you see bedrock like that, even the old stuff that was dropped 200 years ago won't be very deep at all. That's a good signal. We'll come back and dig that one. I'll go get my shovel. That's a little too low for a coin, but we'll dig it. Ooh, that's a nice squeak. Yeah, it's probably iron. I'm only going to dig the decent signals, the ones that sound really good. Alright, there's one right there. Alright, yeah, so let's go get the shovel and we'll come right back. Well, the grass is starting to dry out, so I'm going to have to get back to work very soon mowing grass. But I have a few signals here I want to share with you, and I want to share this little spot too. I want to show you something interesting. Look right in here, there's kind of like a little hollow right along the edge of the road, and I have a map from the early 1800s, well, mid 1800s, that shows a structure right here. Now, I've never really found much in this area. I've actually dug a pit right in the middle and didn't find much. But today I do have a few signals. I have one that I've already dug up, I haven't, well, semi-dug up, that I haven't looked at yet. And another big thing right here, and I thought we'd just dig this together. I found a musket ball over the hill, and we're gonna go look at that because I haven't got out of the hole. And I think an Indian head penny. I haven't looked at the date yet. We're gonna do that together. So we do have a few targets. Let's listen to this one together. Should be right about in front of the shovel. And I think it's pretty big though. It's not a coin. It's probably a big piece of iron. But this one is a sweet little sound. That's good right there, right down in the edge of that hole. Let's go ahead and dig this one first. I'm gonna get the pin pointer on this one though. Should be right down in there. Yeah, still down a little ways. So it's right about in here, down about another 2 or 3 inches. So I'm gonna have to hit it with a shovel. Well, dig it with a shovel. A lot of rocks. I don't see it yet. Maybe back here. That might be it, maybe. Maybe right here. I think a little shine of copper. Oh, that's a rock. All right, let's check with a pinpointer. See how we're looking. Yeah, it's out of the hole. Probably up in here, I would guess. It's right in there. You see it? It's a penny. Unfortunately, it's got the Lincoln Memorial on it, so that's not very old. I can't really read it. My eyes are terrible right now. You can probably see it though. 66 maybe. All right, let's dig this big piece of iron behind me together. That was somewhere right in here. Let's move the shovel. I'll dig that together. Yeah, that's where. Is that it? See how much iron's in here though? I suspect there's probably some good things in here. See if we can get another decent signal. One more squeaker. Oh. Yeah, that's a pretty good signal. Let's go ahead and dig it. I'm going to scuff it with my foot so I can find it again. You ready? Oh yeah. How many rocks right there? That's a pretty big plug. Oh looky, it's silver. I think it's a silver something. The edges look reeded. I don't know. I think it's silver though. Huh? What is it? What is it? Do we dare look? Do we? I don't think it's a silver coin though, because there's rust on the back. Man, that's weird looking though, isn't it? I thought for sure we had something. Play money? Is it? Is it play money? Clean it off on my pants. Just a little bit. See what it is. Got iron center. So we know it's probably not anything really good. Let's see. Property of somebody. Not sure what that says. We'll have to clean it up and we'll look at it in a roundup in just a minute. What does it say? Something only. Don't know. I can't read it. It's a neighbor. Alright, I want to show you that musket ball that I found in this hole. This is a 69 caliber musket ball. It could be from the American Civil War. It could be from before. Probably not after, but it's probably Civil War related because it's 69 caliber. It's big. You know, before that time, the civilians would be using smaller musket balls, like for the rifled muskets that they used. They would be like 45, 55 caliber. Usually they weren't quite this big. Now right beside this hole, about a foot away, I found this coin. And I cleaned off the back just a little bit. You can see where it says 1 cent. So I know this is an Indian head. I thought we'd just look at this together. What do you say? See if we can get the date off of it. I'm not going to rub it too awful much. Flip it over. See the head right there. I'm going to just scratch it lightly. Some of you guys are freaking out, but you know what? It's a hard life. All right, so I can see the head right there in the headdress. So the date's going to be right here. We're going to scratch it off a little bit, clean it up, see what the date is. I can't quite make that out, but we're going to set it down and look at everything we found today, and I'll know the date by then. Kind of a good squeak over here. So I've changed locations, closer to the road now, below the wall. I suspect that this was actually filled in some time ago, maybe when the original house burned, or the Civil War house that was here. Pretty decent signal. Might be a big piece of flat iron there. I hope not, but man, a lot of rocks. There we go. Let's see what we got. All right. There's a lot of iron in here too. But I found a few things, a few good things over the years. Like artillery shells. That is a piece of pot, I think. Maybe like a big skillet. You can see the little bit of a lip right there. Could be wrong, but I don't think I am. That's all that was. I know we didn't do really good, but the grass is dry now, so I can go ahead and mow. I need to get it mowed before this afternoon because it's supposed to rain again really hard in about 4 o'clock. So we have about 4 hours to get it done. Okay, so I'm going to call it quits for today. So I can go ahead and get the grass mowed, and that will be one less chore for me to do later in the week. Didn't do too great, but we found a few things. Let's take a look. As you can see, we dug a bunch of iron. I'm not sure what this thing is. It's not iron, but also don't think it's very old. So we got some pull tabs. Not sure about that. Nice chunks of iron. These are the bottle caps that we dug when we first got here. This is I'm not sure what this is. Maybe that's meant to be driven into like a pole or something. I'm not sure. I can't really read it. The Indian head penny is 1900. That's pretty cool. That's going to clean up really nice. This is that little lead doodad. Never did figure out what that was, although it looks very familiar. And of course, the very first target of the day, I do believe, this gigantic piece of coppery brass stuff. I thought we were going to have a really, really good day finding that right off the bat. One musket ball, a couple of other odds and ends, a few square nails, just mostly junk. I wish my first hunt back could have been a little bit better, but, well, that's the ropes. Let me show you these toadstools over here before I mow them. I'm going to chop them up in about 10 minutes. And we're not going to make soup out of them either. Chop them up with a mower. Let's take a look. Not sure what kind they are. They're pretty cool looking though, aren't they? Let's pick it. Ooh, that looks deadly, doesn't it? Let's break it open. Yeah, don't know what kind those are. Boy, that's pretty though, isn't it? Wow, look at that. Hate to just destroy it like that, but kind of reminds me of a, you know, sea urchin thingies that you find on the beach. But yeah, I'm going to mow those anyway. Oh, stabbed them in just a couple minutes. All right, so that's it. We'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully it'll be a good one. Got some caving to do. We got some bottles to dig and a little bit more metal teching. We'll see you a little bit later, probably tomorrow. She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her